Kimo is the medicine man of the new age. His knowledge on how our body can heal itself with the help of herbs and other plants is vast and amazing. Dedicated to the health of his clients, today he shares his story on how he got started and why he continues. Kimo?
All right, Kimo, thanks again for hopping on and having this conversation with me. It's been definitely a conversation that I am excited about having and just trying to get to learn more about you and what it is that you do and why you do it. And so I know I call you Kimo, but like, what's your, is that your real name? Is that, where you get that name from, Kimo?
No, the name Kimo come about from a friend. I have some very loving brothers. Not biological, but
okay.
You could say friend brothers, but we call them brothers, some Rastaman. And we there look for names, guy, we don't like the Babylon name too much.
Yeah.
As a black man, I could say African man if you have African name. So because you're not gonna find an Englishman named Mutamba.
No.
Him gonna name
John
or Mr. Brown, Yeah. And just like you're not gonna hear the Chinaman name Saprona. My name is Achin.
Mm-hmm.
So we end up knowing of the wrong name. And that is why we don't know ourselves and we don't have power.
I firmly believe that.
If you name Shanique and you walk down the street and somebody say, Mary, you're not going to look at your name, Mary.
That's true.
And the Bible says, those who are called by my name. In Isaiah 42, now, we don't have the right name.
Mm-hmm.
So my friend is a man where he name people perfect. For some reason, one of my name is like him just eat it right. So one day him just called me as him just say Kimo. I say, oh yeah, to give me a new name, and him say, yeah man, your name that. I say, all right, so like me can work with it, Funny thing, I was going to Israel, Jerusalem, 2008.
Mm-hmm.
I got an invitation from a king. I was going to have a village them call him Demona.
Wow. So
we fly to the United States. We went straight to Atlanta. So while I was in Atlanta, we stopped over at one of the houses. The same people who invite me.
Mm-hmm.
So the brother, one of the high priests asked me, so what's your name, brother? So I said, well, I Kimo. And then I said, yeah, me put on, him name me Kimo, but me just put on Aya. In a Rasta world, we love say Aya rims, Aya and I.
Yeah.
So I just put on Aya. So I said to him, but I'm planning to change the name still. And he said, no. Don't do that. So I said, why? He said, you don't know the meaning? And I said, well, no, I'm not really.
You never really look it up like that, yeah.
No, I never check it out.
Yeah.
So I said, what it mean? And he said, that name is a powerful name, brother. And I said, yeah, tell me. And he said, the name mean liking unto Yah. And I said, oh, okay. Then I got to keep this name.
Yeah.
So ever since then, the world now know me by
Kimo.
In the herbal world now, people just say, people say them love, if you're a herbalist, them put doctor upon your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody just say Dr. Kimo, but I them do it, and me say me a doctor, and them say that.
And the way you pronounce it just now, you said Dr. Kimo. I'm gonna come on the play on. We're gonna talk on like the play on words a little bit later on, and just really and truly how you have kind of transformed person's relationship with food and nature. But that's an interesting story. Like I always thought that Kimo was probably short for like Kimani or something. I never knew that, you know, it was bigger than that. It was bigger than even you at the time, because
think, still is.
Yeah, you didn't even think anything of it. That's interesting. So, I mean, I get that. No, you are like very grounded in who you are. You have like, you're very clear on your purpose, and you've been doing that for a long time. I will touch on that a little bit, but I want to go back in time and talk about like young Kimo. Like, what was your childhood like? What were some things that jumped out at you that kind of gave you hints, or did you always know that this was where you're gonna end up?
Well, as a child, you know, we grew up rough. I mean, rough, like really rough. You know, guys, my mom had me when I was only 14 years old.
Wow.
And you know, my father was 20. And so, you know, at that age, 14-year-old is a child. You know, is a child. So, and my father at 20, he didn't really much know about how to really take care of them.
To do that either, yeah.
But my father become a Christian, and him took me from my mother. Now, when him take me now, you know, Daddy didn't really know at age 20 or if he grew up in, so him got married, but to a different woman, and my a lady in the church saw me and fell in love with me as a little boy, and asked him if, you know, give her the chance to grow me, and him say yes. So she take me.
Oh wow!
That grow me, and you know, the whole thing. As a child, you maybe not come out with your real self, so you're into other stuff. So we start playing music. You know, me a musician. But growing up, coming into, I think about 12, 13, I think one day out of the blues, I don't even know why I said to my father. I just said to him, I would like to go to medical school. That I think I was 12 or 13. And him said to me, say, him not have no money if he send me to medical school.
Of course,
born at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, but growing up, we're wild. Like we're wild pitney. Now I remember that fast food back then was my mango tree, my guava tree, my plum tree, my key and my ripe banana tree. But it was a rough task. I escaped that many times as a child, trust me. But I always feel, I could say I know then that something or some force was always there protecting me. Now that you ask the question, I am looking forward, reminiscing now, I can see that there has to be some source or force. I remember clearly I was on a rock one night about 12:30, 1 p.m. in the night of fishing. And it high, like the rock like high.
Cliff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cliff. And if you drop off, that's it. Nobody not gonna know. Yeah. And me hoping
which parish was that in? Which parish?
That was in Portland.
Okay,
Portland.
Yes, I love Portland, but there's definitely like lots of cliffs. Yep.
Yes, man. Portland, and me dip on the rock asleep while me fishing. I mean, one foot hang over the cliff, and another one, and me a buck up there. And
oh my gosh!
And there's a fish really tug on the line and wake me up. And when it tug me, I go down so I have to come back fast, because if I go over and I'm talk about pitch black darkness, you know, no light not there. Cause you know.
Oh my gosh, a country real,
yeah, man, real country where I hear Peeny Wally, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I hear them Peeny Wally got street light and building get rid of them. You know.
True.
Yeah. So we're in the modern era now, but them time of pitch darkness, so it's about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the night, something about the sun.
Wow.
And you know, you're never afraid. You just guys a survival. And I almost drop off of the cliff, but not drop off. We always feel like some force would I sit down lonely by ourselves most time to think through life at age 12, 13, you would have just go down in the football field, sit down, look up in the sky, would have make poem about the sky, about the ocean, and you know, different as a youth, different. And to me, I think youth were born with a certain amount of love, care for people. We always love people.
Yeah.
We actually feel them pain. You know, you cry when you see someone hurt. You know, so them type of people, you know, them have some purpose in their life. And you have to really manifest it at one point. You know, so my childhood, I would say, was a learning experience for now. Learn them time there, or to take care of me, guys. It was just me. The lady who grew me was a big woman, and she couldn't control me as a child. Me, I was going a river, choke off over ski and choke off in a river water.
Oh, wow.
Sleep in a mango tree, sleep on the them, they not see me for days, them not see me.
What?
Yeah, man, I'm gone. But they say we're the bad. You know, them say you're the bad. Because then they just said we're going to sell orange. You know, put orange brand and orange. And, you know, you peel the orange and take $20. And we'll just take the money and go on a movie, go and watch karate show. And as you talk about that too, although it was like a programming of the mind, but I always noticed this in karate show, God, then there was no hospital like that. And in those bush, when you fight the fox and fox beat you up, you know, you would have run off and you would have butter blood in your body and blood of fuse out of your system, and some bushman that take you and you see them pound up some plant and
oh,
put it
that's
on
true.
Yeah.
They always have some remedy or something, one of my scoop out in the bowl, and I'm saying that.
Yeah.
That's true, actually.
Yes. But I usually pay keen attention to it, like keen attention. I always love that part. The next part I always love was the philosophy part, when them teach how you have to fight and
the
how
discipline.
the body react.
Yeah.
So it was like a little grooming, so they couldn't really get me up to stay yard, you know. Me usually go and watch them karate shows. I find everybody else for video. Yeah.
So in essence, you're saying that, you know, really outside of your control, you've always been like kind of trotting this path to where you are right now.
Yes.
But what was that like official like gateway? What was that moment? What was it like that you actually say, you know, maybe let's go do that thing? Like, how did that progress since like watching those karate movies and seeing those things to now actually being so heavily involved?
What fully manifests it into being now, into itself? It always been there, you know, and I don't even think it even just in this present life. Because to me, there's nothing that is new under the sun. What you're his is you're his. You know, the Bible says, I have known thee before thou entered thy mother's womb. You know, when there was no mother and father, I was there for you. So God know you before you even enter.
Know yourself, yeah.
Yeah, you know, so to me, it's always inside of me. But it just needed to wake up and manifest. When I went to 2009, when I went from Atlanta to Jerusalem, we went over to close up to the capital, like a village named Demona. Yeah. And so when we went to meet this king now, you know, him come out and greeted them. They accept me as a Rasta ambassador at the time.
What?
But yeah, man. But him said something very powerful, where I never wasn't looking for, guys. Back then I didn't even remember about the healing part. And him said, anyone that has come to the foot of Jerusalem, which is a proper pronunciation for Jerusalem, is a healer for the world. That's what he said to me 2009.
Wow.
And you know, me never really.
You're not penny that. You're not really a thing like that. Yeah.
And yet 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 6 years after I was in a van coming from my house going out into the town, and there was someone was talking about 6 states, and it kind of get me irritable away because, you know, this person may be sick for about 15 years and them not getting better. So it pitched me. I know, so remember now what the brother said. Say, you know, anyone that has come to the foot of Jerusalem is a healer for the world. You just boom and come back.
Wow.
So I said, well, on there. I wonder if we could have helped out people. You know, but upon talking that, me get sick too. You know, I've been sick from a child still. I was sick from when I was about 9. I did one operation when I was 19.
What?
Messed me up. I did another one when I was
What was the cause of the illness?
Well, the main cause was constipation. I couldn't go to the bathroom. And, you know, by not having any body like that, you know, I had appendicitis problem and it burst inside of my belly.
What?
Yeah, man, it burst and then it ruptured because I thought it was just normal, and so I walked with it for 3 days and I know I burst. So when me got doctor now, my belly already swell like, you know, when a woman pregnant, belly get big. And it painful, but for some reason, while it pain me, the pain come like it pain me, but it not pain me.
Mm-hmm. It's like a faint. It's so faint, but it's there.
Right.
I understand.
When they fly me off to the theater now in a KPH, it was a white doctor. First thing he asked me, he said, "Oh, you're not dead?" I said to him, "I can't dead." So he might ask me, "What do you mean you can't dead? You know, I'm supposed to operate on me, you know."
Mm-hmm.
And he had a problem, I question me. I asked me why me say that thing. So I said to him a second time, I can't dead. Because you really can't dead before you manifest work. Mm-hmm. You know, if God gives something to do, you have to do it. Mm-hmm. And him gonna make sure, so well, boy, him keep you till you manifest him duties. So I go. Mm-hmm. You know, so them take about 4 hours to just knock me out. And then I think I went into coma for 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, and then wake up and then them send me out after 2 weeks and we're sick again after that. I think about 4 years after that, we get sick again in Westmoreland and them do another operation. That one that left me messed up, left me very stink. I was
stink. Was that for the same constipation?
Yes, it was the same problem, because this is the problem that we face, is that they hadn't gone to the root cause of the problem. They're going to the symptom. You know, and so as a child now, coming up to this time, coming up to teenager, then to just begin adult stage, you know, you start off children, so yeah, you have to go look work, and then you work through with your sick self. Mm-hmm. And your health really a wobble, you know, your foot them are shaking. I mean, I usually gap for hearing in my sleep, like just to catch oxygen. Yeah. For years, my fight, years, and usually have allergies, sinusitis problem, you know, and then I had a bad habit because I bathed like 12 o'clock and 1:30 at night in a cold water, and nothing to realize it messed my lungs up, and then you just sleep with my window wide open, got fun.
Night ear, the morning, yeah.
Right, you know, so much things that have beat me, but I think all those times was like experience, you know, to how you would deal with people who have these issues. And we grow to learn from a child, come up very rough. When we say rough, we mean rough, grow rough, tough, you know, of a fight with life and overcome the pitfalls. Mm-hmm. And we left childhood coming to adolescence, start travel across the country seeking for work and, you know, learn how to live with people also. Sometimes we even know we give people counseling about life, because we've been through it.
That's true.
Yes.
That's very true. So cut to, we are on the bus. You're on the bus. You're on the van going into the town. You hear somebody that triggered that memory from when you visited Jerusalem.
Yes. And
what
happened? Yeah, what happened that day? Having the feeling that I remember what the guy said in Israel. And I said, but people can be healed. You don't have to stay sick so long. I mean, there's some way you can heal. Yeah. But she go about her business, and I come home. I don't remember what really took place. All I know that 2014, it was chikungunya. Mm-hmm. Right. And then I I was in Portmore at the time, or I was living in Portmore. And I started for some reason because, I remember what happened. I was in 3 Mile one day and I was feeling so sick, 2012. Okay. So sick, not feeling good. And I was standing at the bus stop waiting on the bus to go home. And here come a madman. And the madman started preaching. Someone wanna far from the kitchen, I don't even know, someone far from the kitchen. But it would have come like a meme attack to guys. Actually,
my chewing time.
Yeah, I mean, it's like God acting mysteriously because I was actually, I never have no girlfriend and I didn't really eat and gas take me up and me have bad feeling and sometimes I feel like I go faint and all these things happen. So I said to myself, so when I hear me, I said, oh, the family this madman attacked. Mm-hmm. So what I did that day, I took the bus that was going to Back Road. There's so many fish places, and I went around there and I drink a big bowl of soup. Mm-hmm. And I had a fish for $3,000. Never forget.
That's expensive fish, that
Yeah, and fish big.
Oh my!
With some okra and crackers. And I enjoy myself, and I went up and I sleep and I think about it. But something led me to start doing research 2012.
Yeah.
And I start research. Guys, I'm still sick at that time, still not doing too well. And then I stopped eating cooked food for about 6 months. I was basically
so you went completely eating. Raw.
Yeah, no, not raw. Raw is really vegetable. I run fruit.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was doing fine until I met a girl. Yeah, and when she came by the house, she noticed there was no food in the house to cook, and she said, so what you eat? And I said, fruits, And she said, all right, listen, don't come off of your fruits. I'm like, okay, look, don't come off of your fruits. But then when she actually moved in, she couldn't live the life there.
Yeah. So
me end up now again,
start to flesh. Food.
Right, and me start get sick again. And, me kind of fight. I couldn't afford to buy 2 sets of food, so I try work with her, and all hell broke close. So we moved from Portmore and come to St. in our Old Harbour, and then we start research. Then we go back now we go foreign. While I was in Europe, we start drop down.
What?
Yeah, we just.
What year was this?
This is
like 2013.
No, this I think about 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, but so I come back home. When we come back home now, because in 2014, chicken gonna just come and a wave into 2015.
Oh yeah, I got it. I had a restaurant at the time, and I remember going to work at 4:00 in the morning, sick, but still pushing through. So yeah, it's 2014 for true.
Yeah, man, it's wicked, man. So what happened? I was studying and I meet upon some painkiller. And so we decided I said, let me try to make a pain ointment. God, would I run out of money and I find ways to make money. Guys, the work that go on. And we make an oil, but we call them sauna oil at the time. Mm-hmm. And I remember taking it to Maple and Coronation Market. And, a couple of Christian people then cuss me out. So me a fraud and it no work. So I had almost to sacrifice myself to massage them into releasing that chicken gun until when them realize it at work, them start by big buck like big buck like this. Some people have said, carry the one, but them they were selling it sending it to overseas.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. People usually buy dozen, 2 dozen. It was pretty cheap, $150 a bottle. And people buy them. So when I saw that, I said, let's look a little deeper. So I think the first part of 2015, I the girl that I had a friend. And her friend had a blood issue. She was bleeding nonstop.
Wow.
And she spent $200,000 trying to stop it.
What?
Yes, and it wouldn't stop. So my girlfriend at the time, I always see me as studying and research and I play around with plants. So her friend, doctor, told her that him can't do nothing no more. She forget one herbalist. That's what the doctor told her. So she go tell the girl, say, my boyfriend can make you get better.
So you get a reason now to go
right.
Go further.
Yeah, so me I say, boy, you gonna tell the woman me can get better. So me say, all right. I go dig into it. So me say, one man, she says she a bleed, man, and she not a period when period come, it not stop. So me say, all right. From common sense, that is astringent. You know, thing tie off the blood thing, they lock it off, so constrict the body. So we make something like a gallon worth of liquid with astringent plant, and it works pretty much. It takes 7 days. So
what is the astringent plant? The astringent plant, its properties will help to contain or regulate the blood. Is that what that is?
Right. It actually, astringent plant is like a constrictor.
Okay.
So let's say you have the blood running, the plant going there and slow down the hemorrhage.
Okay.
Slow it down. Yeah, so it would have stopped. Gosh, you keep on getting pale and getting weak.
Wow.
Yeah. And so when you're losing so much iron now out of your body, you're going to get anemic.
Yep.
So when we study the plants and we'll find them, we run to the bush. Lucky thing, there was a little bush beside us where we could just run to and find some of them. And so I think at the time we make it and we call it named Gripper.
His name.
Yeah, people take the name on different way, but what I was getting at was to grip it, So it worked. It worked, and
how long did she take it for before she saw
It takes 7 days, and 7 days and the bleeding was stopped. Yeah, 7 days. When we saw that, I said, but maybe then we can actually get it to stop quicker. So we go back to the drawing board now and create another formula, same name, with more plants. And we have a bass player. He had a girlfriend that was bleeding for 9 months. And she started, as a black girl, she started look white.
Wow.
And they give her so much medication, but nothing happening. So him call me. So guys, we are doing it now, and I tell them, say, yeah man, if God, we know that women have bleeding problems.
Yep.
But the same astringent formula actually also give you iron. It give you blood. So when him call me now, I say, yeah man, I say, you supposed to say you can make something for you? I say, yes, no man, I can make something for you. And go so back now and make the same thing again and send go gear. And she texts me the morning and said it checked by 95%. I said, that is good. That is good. What really top it now is that I saw a girl in the town and she was all messed up. So I said to her, if she want me make something.
Messed up in what way?
Yeah.
Messed up in what way?
Sick, man. She's sick bad. I don't remember exactly what she's sick with, but she wasn't doing too good.
Right.
So I make a cleanser for her, but it was extremely bitter.
Oh, listen.
So she never drink it.
Kimo.
Yeah.
Man, continue.
She put it down.
We're going to come to a story. Continue.
Yeah. I remember. Yes. She put it down and her friend came to her house and asked her, what is this? And she said, well, Rasta make something for her if you get her better, but it not taste good. So her friend started drinking it.
Wow.
And she feel good.
Wow.
So she called me now. This is the friend called me and said, listen now, I want to get pregnant. My man I go left me now. I'm saying I say 1 more year and I need to get pregnant. I say, I say, all right. She says, so you can make something to make me get pregnant. I say, yes, man. Yeah, man, I can't make something, man. I know about the thing they yet, but
yeah.
Me write down.
You say yes, pregnant. No, I'm gonna find out later.
Yes, I'm gonna find out. So, but I realize most women, you lose blood every month and it never been replaced anyway. And that's common sense to me that she goodly need high concentration of iron in the womb.
Yeah. Wow.
Then time I really start study out the chemistry of the body, but that common sense. So what I did, I make something to clean the digestive system and make some blood tonic, and I gave them to her. And me never hear back from her till one day, I think, 9 months time, she texts me and say, hey, the baby born, you know. I say, what? And she said, yes, you come upon the baby, big baby boy. And she saved our relationship, because the man is seriously going to leave. Because I'm saying, you know, Jamaican man, if you can't get pregnant, say, you're barren. You know, for them think that they're barren and them gone, them not stay.
So this is what year? We're looking at like 2015, 2016.
The last part of 2015, that basically happened.
So you have basically been like immersed in this space for like the past 6 years. And I know that you have dealt with like a myriad of diseases, some from very extremes to like just something that just, you know, you might not really pay attention to it, but it's a bigger issue. And in everything from infertility to digestive issues to issues with the blood to probably like, you know, hormones or just, you know, foggy mind, stuff like that. How important is diet, you know, in conjunction with health, and like how much of what you prescribe goes with a certain kind of lifestyle, and yeah, how important is the food we eat?
The good question. The diet, our Rasta would have said, the livat, is one of the most important things on the planet. I think through diet we have been tricked, lied to, and deceived. First thing, if we look good at our teeth, we lose them quite often. And because the food ain't got no calcium fluoride or calcium any at all, the enamel them rotten pretty fast because the nerves underneath the teeth get damaged by pus disease. So diet is so important. I mean, when you chew meat, it fast in your teeth and them tell you have a floss. And then all your floss is more meat go fast. Those juice going inside the nerves. Yeah. And then when doctor plug out one teeth, him cocaine it. And then within 6 months or maybe a year or 2 or 3 years, the next one ready for go. And so before you reach certain age, you're having a full different row of false teeth because yours gone. And so I try to understand, guys, when I lose my first teeth, it messes my brain. Why may I lose my wisdom teeth? But then they were already damaged from a child eating wrong. When I come to the understanding of what really then is food, because if me I eat and me are sick, I was to study out food, and then I go to the Bible, as everything was good. God is said in the Bible, but in a Genesis it say, and I give thee the fruits for thy food and the herbs for thy healing. And I say, oh, so in reality we were supposed to be fruitarian.
Interesting.
Right. I mean, common sense tell me that something wasn't right, because the food now that we know, the body only accepts liquid. That is reality. The body don't accept nothing that is hard. It accepts liquid only. That is why them tell us you must masticate chew your food 32 times. But let's say you chew it 100 times, you could have never chew a piece of beef to liquid. It's impossible. You know, so you just swallow it.
Yeah.
You know, you can't chew pork to liquid, so you just swallow it. And what happens when you do that, because the body can't read it, the digestive tract don't know it, the brain don't know it, it stays there and it decays. When it reaches that necrosis state, it creates what them call them bacteria, or fungus or mold, and from that breed parasites. So when we look through, we realize that if you eat less food, you get more out of life. If you eat more food, you get less. You know, so actually less is really more in reality. And it is the food that really causing the destructive problem. If you just stop eating the food, even if you don't get the medicine, just stop eating the food, and you'll find out say your body react different.
That's true. That's
very
true.
You know,
me used to love pork. Like love pork. I mean, like when I die, just put piece of pork like right here beside of me. Like pork can be a friend.
Yes.
And I remember one day I had a bunch of food a day, but I kept like bringing up the pork, like stomach unsettled, and I was like, that don't feel good. So I'm not really paying attention to it because it can't be the pork. It can be so many other things, and I would have every time I would have pork after that for about 3 months, I would have the same experience, and then the moment I stopped, it was like, that's it. I don't have the issue with indigestion. The same thing happened with like turkey. The same thing happened with egg. And I'm like, okay, my body is technically kind of cutting out the meat by itself.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. And so there's such an intolerance to any kind of pork or chicken, not chicken, but really egg, stuff like that. Then I'm like, okay, there has to be something here that's causing me to have that reaction. And, if I continue, I'm going to be really sick. So to your point, in terms of like, even if you don't have medicine per se and you just stop, the response from your body is such a different one that you know what you can identify what's making you sick, which is really true.
Yes. There's something spiritual outside of logics. What I learned, when you pay attention to words, or even not pay attention, but you hear them, even if you need to pay attention to what is being said, it's still a register. And what I learned from that is that when good things register in your body, the body knows, because the body was created by a supreme force who only deal with life. The principle, the essence, the beauty is only deal with conduciveness of continuation of life. If you live ever. So when people speak life into you, the body accepts it quick. And then it stimulates and it resonates and it stays there. So maybe you need a plan for stop eat meat, but the body here said you for stop eat meat. It knows that you're supposed to stop. And that is why it behaves in this way. So you keep on put it in your body, and the body I regret it. I said, no, I can't deal with this. Because in the beginning was the word, and the word was God. You understand me? So the word is like super powerful. Now when you meet me or meeting the body, so I speak life into your being. The body absorbs it quick. Remember now, you cannot see words, but you feel them. And that is how powerful the essence of life is. So that's why it is not really good to stay amongst negativity, because the devil part of you pick it up. Right. You have to go know if you put up this aura now, if you block it out. And if you don't know, the body will take it in too. And it causes disturbance and acid. Now every time you hear something, it flies into your limbic system in your brain. Whether fear, panic, depression, worry, or any form of disastrous effect it gives. And then that creates acid in your stomach wall. Yeah, and then you will come like you have ulcer.
That connection. So when we're talking about the connection with like a spirituality and how it shows up in the body, so like you know that okay, self-hate will show up in like the digestive system, or bitterness, or unforgiveness, stuff like that.
Yes.
Have you ever experienced like that aspect? So if someone comes to you and they're, expressing their situation, and you maybe try a 1 or 2 tonic, and it may alleviate some areas, but it don't remove the issue altogether, and you recognize that it's a spiritual issue. Has that ever happened to you? And if so, like what did you do? What was your process around that?
Well, Jamaica is a hobby country. Them deal with voodoo and black magic and hobby to a great extent. for some reason, as a herbalist come up and rise, them call the hobby man too. So people come to me and call me and say, somebody a hobby of them. Actually, people come on me hard for that. Mm-hmm. So when they come and say, but I'm not a hobby man.
A reverse hobby man.
Yeah, you must say. But so you say, because the man a hobby man, so I say, yeah, but me and a hobby man, what can I really do for you still? Tell me. But him not answer. So I said to him, so what you want, protection? And he say, yeah, man. Now, a lot of people, and when I say even at the board, because trust me, it's there. But evil is the manifestation of sickness. Sickness is the manifestation of evil. Let's say you have a digestive issue, indigestion, where too much acid in your blood or in your digestive system are float around. It sends a signal to your brain. You can start having constant headache. You can also start having what I call illusion, fantasy. You start imagining things. All because the brain and the gut connected. You have 3 cavities: cranium cavity, thoracic cavity, and abdominal cavity. And in one line, them connected is not like the system is disconnected from another system. Our systems are interconnected to each. Now the brain is the brain, nervous system, and spinal cord. Although they have different offices, they are comprised of each other. Now, when you're having digestion, trust me, you're going to have a nasty brain. And so a lot of people go in hysteria, them claustrophobic, them have envy, malice, hate, bad mind, jealousy, and some of them say depend them. But so when we come into the understanding of sickness, I realize say hobby, or what them call hobby, or depend them and evil, is the same thing, just like sickness. Some people have lupus, and them say people hobby them, but lupus plays in your nervous system and in your brain, so you start illusion. You start fantasize, you start do everything that make you block. In other words, you hear somebody call and say, Debbie, and you say, oh, may I come? And when you go look, nobody know how there.
Wow.
Got the brain that trick you constant because too much mucus in the nervous system. Now, when we come into understanding of that, we realize there's no difference from a so-called dopidepanyo or so-called insanity state. And sickness is the same thing because they have the same symptoms. So knowing that, what I did, some people tell us, no, it's not going to stop. But for me, that's how I view it. Because it's the same way. Because how I know this, I usually have suicidal thoughts. I usually have insanity feeling. And when I try to figure out if somebody do me something too from me, I pity. Actually, people take me and carry me go home and never forget I have a constant belly pain when I move. And them take me and then carry me go, I want a woman, a man to go be. When I'm much, much younger. So the woman sell herbs. So when I went up there, they go see at one church full of a woman. Be a woman in that church. I never see no man. Be a woman. And she had one little riverside where she has sent people to get bath. Which is good. The bath is good, the river water. Anyway, she says somebody turned me upside down on the football field with me a little pitney. Now there's something what she give me for drink. I never really drink it. So, yeah, because although I don't know what she has to right or wrong, I just never drink it. But
yeah,
me left nigger them time and I come and that belly problem that is solved. And I realize there's one main perpetrator when we learn about sickness. There's always one sitting perpetrator, evil, and it's right in your gut. 3/4 of your sickness sit right inside of your gut system. But if you check good, your gut is where your umbilical cord is. And it is the first thing that starts to create as a child is your what you call your navel. And your navel is life. It is a nucleus of your life. And that is where that is bombarded and bamboos with all type of residue of different meat and food when you're supposed to sit down there because that is your life source. Right here saying your gut where your navel is. but they connect it from your mother to you, that umbilical cord connect. And then they have the nutrients that carry the venous system carry nutrients.
Yeah.
Right. And then you have another one that carry what they call the oxygenated blood, which is, when the child for poison through the developing stage or reach enough baby, carry that poison blood. So right there was the developing state. But what happened now, people start get big belly because mucus from the food what they might eat are packed to the muscle at the belly, and that start leak back into the gut. Or if the food not digestive good in your small intestine, you will end up with what called leaky gut syndrome. And leaky means something porous. That can end up inside of your blood, and if that feces end up in your blood, your brain won't work too good. Yes, you feel like your mother, you're just there, somebody stand up so. And you say, boy, them mad Mr. James' son, and no, I'm sick. So what I did with that now, people who have spiritual problem, when them come to me, and like a couple months ago, one come here, she in our house, and our husband and our friend try them come, and she said, boy, I don't know where you can do, because she just know I was going to run up on the football field and a ball out, and nobody no do her.
Wow.
And so them say somebody up there. So I talk to her, and I say, tell me everything, all of the sickness here from your people. And she attack and she say, so I say, how long this mad feeling I take you? She say, hey, me end up at hospital. I say, what make you end up at hospital? And say, because dog they bite me up. And I say, oh. Normally when you get dog bite, it might come across as rabies or Lysa virus. And these diseases, if you study them good, they will make you feel like you're going to go mad, make you insane. You actually run out of yourself, run out in a vehicle.
Yep.
Because it's a virus that gone through your blood, swim through your blood and swim up in your brain.
Wow.
It's like when people get syphilis and you have syphilis so long. These people who walk around and just kill people and say, I God tell them to do it.
What?
Yes, that's how virus work. It make you start just kill people. If you look at how the prison system run right around the globe, nobody never tests them when they catch them for them crime. Them just throw them in a cell. And then become a worse monster and them throw them back on the street.
That is true.
That is how you create crime and keep the system running. So I said to her, you have Lysa virus. And it causes an insanity feeling. Now she no one believe it, but me I tell her, say, yeah, that's a go on. So we give her some product and tell her, say, all right, take them stuff here. You have to take them for months, 6-7 months to clean out the virus out of your brain, out of your blood. Then that insanity feeling, she never pay me. She take 4 months to give me some money. And when she called me, she never sound bad. She say, I remember you, man. God no remember you, but nothing need to go on. I say everything good. So I say you're fully better. She said, no, look at something I go on see you, but not like before. So she attacked good. So me want her to get better. So I send her another package free and said, take this too. She did a run from the bitters. That's why she not get better fast. But the virus now will come out of the body unless something bitter in there fight it. So me know if you deal with them when they come with spiritual warfare, because to me, if God give you a job to do, He also endow you with the power and He protect over you to deal with all these type of situations when they come, because the Bible says we're doing not wrestle with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers, wickedness in high places. So me know that long time. In order to get things going good, we deal with all this, you have to ground it. You have to pray a lot, for guidance, for blessing, humility, humbleness, and understanding of what we really are do.
Yep.
Because God no there in your corner, healing work and a normal work. I mean, I went to massage somebody and come back and mash up. I mean, I feel some pain in my body, and I take all of the woman pain.
Wow.
And me just never, because when you go do massage, you must have enough iron. That's when the sickness silicate can bounce off back. I never even remember that. Me just go, because actually I never went to do any massage. when she said she wants to see me, so I go with the sauna oil and a few more products. Never really go for doing the massage. But when we cut the eye, she said, you can't massage my back for me. I think the woman just needing a boyfriend too, you know. Anyway, I'm a big woman too, you know, old woman too, you know. I think they just want to feel good on it.
Yeah.
So, I notice when I massage, you know, I stop it. And they say, yeah, man, it feel good. And I say, yeah. And then all me know, say when me come home, I sick out. It take me nearly about a week to get rid of the pain them.
What?
Yeah, man.
That you raised us to so no, you have established yourself as a herbalist, right? You have all these people coming to you. You are helping to make them better. You are, you know, fulfilling your purpose and bringing healing to the world, not only to Jamaica but to people abroad. Like how has your own health improved? Like remember, you're growing up as a sickly child. You've had operations. You've had, you know, bouts of sickness. How since eating that steamed fish and changing the diet to fruits to like now, 6 years later, how has your own health improved with your journey?
You know, massively improve. Massively improve. I would say my health come around to at least 89%, much better.
Wow.
And the reason why we stop eat all flesh, even fish, because, you know, you grow, you learn from experience. I mean, if my head hurt me know what to do. If my foot knee up pain me know what happened. The thing is to know what is the cause, what caused the problem. Other than attacking the knee cup where the problem manifests itself and I try get rid of it, not gonna work. Yeah. So my health come around only because I understand what is the problem. Yes, instead of just beat the child and have to kill him because he's disobedient, try to find out why he did what he did. Then instead of beating him, you can counsel him, say, all right, don't do that again. That's you know, true. So them say, yeah, here's how Pitney always feel. So when you feel, you must know why you feel.
Yeah.
You know, so I learned that, and then I mean that sometimes you still feel messed up because even by working and dealing with so much people call every day. Sometimes at 2 o'clock in the night, people are cars. Maybe they might call from England or France.
Yeah, and it's true. Time difference. You have to account for that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so sometimes you don't get enough sleep. But one thing I can tell you, if you don't get enough sleep, the brain won't work good. You know, when I say enough sleep, we don't mean like 8 or 9 hours. I don't sleep so long. Most like 5 to 6 hours.
Okay.
And then you wake up back. You know, so what health come around because we don't really eat the wrong food. So you really have more energy. You know, our food, as me die now, we eat 1 cup meal since day and me die eat ripe banana and mango for the rest of the day, the rest of the night. And that's about it. You know, till the morning again. You know, so less is really more. The less you eat, the better for you.
So our paths crossed, like I would say, like in 2018, where in 2016 I had removed my gallbladder, was having pain for like months, and had to do some emergency surgery. But you in the process of us meeting and just, you know, you kind of prescribing my health plan, you spoke about something that kind of stuck with me. You said that organs such as the gallbladder, we can regenerate that. Go in a little deeper for me in terms of like how that would occur and what organs. Like you had your appendix removed. Is that something like?
No, they didn't remove my appendix. They drain it.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. In terms of regeneration, I always look at it this way. If you cut off a lizard tail and you really tag him,
it grow back. Yeah.
Right. We personally are not different. I think I have never really grown anyone organ back before because nobody ever
Follow up.
Yeah, but I always tell people that to me it's possible. And I'm saying to them, I think it's possible. I know it's possible.
Wow.
But the approach to get it back is where most people won't walk. One of my herbalist friend, Dr. Sebi, this woman has removed, I don't remember if it was her kidney, but something she has removed with her digestive system. And when he meet her, him tell her, say, yes, it can grow back. But she never really believe. And when him start put her upon the product, it actually grew back. It take, I don't know if it was 2 years, but it actually grew back. So I was tracking that testimony a long time till I understand fully. And we realized that for things to grow back, you have to have the right products. Now, I remember dealing with a lady who have AIDS, and she have a very huge hole, maybe deep like this pen in her foot.
Wow.
Deep hole, and the AIDS start eat her alive because she had it maybe about 18 years now, so the body started rotting, it started decay away. And when she called me, and I said, that's a long time, she said, yes, it's the last of me, everything is getting really rocky. And I said, you have sores? And she said, all over my body is sore. I said, send me a picture. And she sent me the picture, and I said, my God, yes, things bad. And I remember I sent her a package. Not long ago too, that is pretty early, I think it was in 21?
Yeah.
2018. I think 2018, I was on the Jamaica cruise. And like we sent the package 2 weeks before we went on the cruise. And when we landed in Miami, my phone coming on the WhatsApp, and then she called me and said, oh my God, good news, oh God, I'm feeling so good. And so she said, you know what, I'm not going to talk, I'm going to send you some pictures. So I actually never see the picture till I land in Falmouth.
Yeah.
On the ship. And when I must bop and go up on my phone, she showed me the foot when it had a hole in it. Then she showed me about the foot when the hole was full.
Wow.
And I said, wait. So I send her a different medicine for the hole that was in her foot. God created a medicine that we use for sore. I said to her, did you pick the medicine up? Because she was supposed to pick it up before I left. And she said, no, I didn't get to go and pick up the medicine. No, it's still at the shop. So, this started to confuse me, because she not pick up the medicine for the sore, but for some reason the hole full up.
Yeah.
So I said, hold on, I will get back to you. So may I
brainstorm.
Drive fast. I want to reach my lab now at my house. We dig down in our gear. And to my surprise, when I look at some of the formulas, I start scan them and read them up. They actually put flesh on people for true. When I was looking through the chemistry of these plants, some of the words, when you look on genistein, alkamines, or superoxide dismutase, these are the biological words. When they do the research, they use them to tell you about minerals. So you have to break down these words to see what them do.
What the components, yeah.
Right. So when I look into some of my family, I'm so, oh, right. Now I understand why this foot full up back. Because these herbs, what they do, they cleanse the blood and purify it. And what I find out, it is the blood really that makes up the entire body. Like you have teeth and all these different sections and your finger and bones, but it's the blood, which is the life. It's all start from the blood inside the mother's womb, where you have this tree-like system, what they call the placenta, which you could say, what they call the intravenous space. Yeah. It's a pool of blood. And so this child is hooked up to this system, and this blood flowing to this baby, and that is what creating and making us. So you're springing to being, you see foot a come, but remember when it start, your foot start come out, it's just gristle, it's not bone. And so you feed it, the energy of the most I know, I got to transform that gristle to a hard bone. Yeah. Teeth are going to start growing. It's that blood, that pool, not what they call a maternal pool. So I realized that come to mind right away, and I said, oh, now I understand what happened. Those plants are iron plants. They are blood plant. And so if there's a problem with a hole in someone, or someone have sworn them a rotten, once the blood clean,
it's purified. Yeah.
Right, the life can return.
So what impact did that treatment have on her HIV status?
Well, what happened when we give her, I think we gave her 2 package. Now, what happened, that sore was well, and when you have it, you itch and scratch a lot, so the skin start tear. Mm-hmm. And so the itching stop, the scratching stop, because the skin not itch no more. And so the sore them dry up, but them left a spot. Mm-hmm. But them all dry up and them stop itch and the sore. Now she usually use stocking to cover it to go to her. That was what caused in majority of the pain them. So she usually feel pain morning, evening, and middle night because the body are decay.
Yeah.
Now the blood get clean, the sore stop, the itching scratch, and her body come back to normal. She start do things again.
Yeah.
Now, last time when we talk, I said to her, "What go on? I don't want to hear nothing from you from the last time." She said, "Oh, I'm here. I'm good." I think the only thing she said she was facing at the time was that I think she eat something wrong and she was a little bit constipated.
Yeah.
I said, all right, just stop eat and eat fruits for 2 days straight and drink a lot of water. And she said she all right. No, I wouldn't say that she said she went to a doctor and doctor tell her that she don't have a problem. But what happened to her is that she reached back a state to a normal.
Yeah.
And so that was it.
Wow.
I think she reached a state because I remember now, she's been going to doctor for about 18 years with this problem.
Yeah.
And, somebody just say, call Dr. Kimo, he can help you. And she just called me, but, it reminded me of a lady also in the state where she had herpes maybe half her life.
Wow.
And if she gets angry, the blisters, them flare up on her body. And when she called me, actually she not call me, she meet me on Facebook and just asked me, do you think you could take care of this issue? I say, yeah, man. And we sent her 2 package too. And she said to me, I don't know what the hell is going on, but I get angry really easy. But them blisters ain't coming up though. I say, yeah, but that sounds good. And she said, damn it sounds good. It's good. I think I'm okay. I ain't going back to them doctors, no. And so we don't have no proof he said, yes, you understand me? But these people reach to a point where them life to them normal.
Change. Yeah.
Yeah. And that is good enough for me.
Yeah.
that is good enough for me if so well you're back to yourself and you're feeling great in your body. And I would tell you this. What they call autoimmune disease maybe have different factors of understanding.
Right.
Or metabolic syndrome. But what there really is a whole heap of composite of different sickness come together to put your immune system in a deficit.
Right.
But it is just mucus. They will give it many names, but it's 2 things inside your body. Waste food, which is constipation, stuck in your colon and intestines. And the rest is mucus that turn pus. Mm-hmm. That is your sickness, like 1, 2, 3. That's it and it's done. Wherever them find it, if it's in your pancreas, that's a diabetes. If it's in your blood, it can be sickle cell, or pustular psoriasis, or lupus in your nerves. If in your brain, Alzheimer's, memory loss, senile dementia. If it's in your thoracic system, chest plate, it can be asthma, pneumonia, bronchitis, emphysema, tuberculosis. If it's in your liver, it can be jaundice and hepatitis, and what they call human papilloma virus. Now, wherever them find the same mucus, them just name it. But it's the same mucus spreading around.
So if you
upon that little knowledge, we say, okay, we're so fighting the ancient demons.
Yeah.
And then you administer the herbs and you take them for months, start run. You start defecate, you start urinate, and if you follow the eating guideline, the mucus basically are going to disintegrate because disease cannot strive in reality in an alkaline body. It just can't.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
So you talk about like the herbs that you use and the scientific names, and you made mention of like just being able to go in your backyard. Like, where are you able to, one, find like all of the herbs that you use from Jamaica, and two, like what does that collection process look like? Because by now you would have had like a repertoire of like go-to recipes for different ailments. Like, what does that process look like for you when you're going out and you're saying, all right, today we're gonna hunt for some ingredients?
Well, we know the plants them. Let's say we're making blood tonic, we call it iron tonic. Or if we're going to make 9-OC1, which is digestive system tonic. Some of the plants them, we buy them from overseas. Like one of them we call Cascara Sigrana, which is a powerful digestive stimulant plant. And so we get the rest from Jamaica to power up that, and when we go into the field, we know exactly the plant them. So if we are look plant for blood, we know the blood plant them. If we are look plant for brain, we know the brain plant them. So if it is brain plant, we're looking, those plants is copper and carbon plant. We then call them potassium phosphate, which is a mineral for the brain. Then if we're looking blood plant, which is what we call iron phosphate, that is blood right there. We know those plants. And so it's easy if you combine the formula, if you know the mineral contents of the plant. When I do my research, like on ancient, that are about 15th century or 12th century research, they may not use the mineral name. But if they say the art, where them have a word them call, I forgot that name. But them talking about the art. If them say anything about art, then we know that it's calcium chloride. That is the mineral for the art. If them say gamma, melatonin, serotonin can be gut.
It's brain, it's the hormones in the brain and the balance there,
Yes, but the serotonin start in the gut.
Oh.
Yeah. The serotonin don't start in the brain. So when you clean the gut now, you get 2, 3, 4 bowel movements. The body spring into life and the brain feel good.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that is what really takes place. So we know those plants by the names that they use. Now we learn now like the quercetin, SODs, and some of them when I talk about antioxidant, meaning reversing the age process. Or they might talk about free radical scavengers, where cancerous. So upon understanding that chemistry of the body, let's say you have diabetes, the pancreas is lacking in chrominum. You have to know chrominum plants. So when we gather these plants now and combine them in a very specific type of way, because gathering them is one. And the next stage is to
knowing measurements and how much
right.
And dosage and hurt me already.
Okay. Yes. But one of the most powerful ingredients, the first time I hear it, it kind of puzzles my mind, is love. I never know say you can put love in a pot.
So, no. Anytime you say people talk about soul food, they always talk about that. Like, yes, you can buy the ingredients, but like the state of mind that you're in when you're cooking the food is very important.
Very important.
When I make my rice shelly and nice, make me happy. Rice can't cook good.
Yeah. I have a formula that I call it Gazuma. It's red like this. And one day I was right on my counter and battling and labeling and calking it and labeling it. And I look and the redness in the back and it pull me in, literally pull me in spiritually. I'm like, this is beautiful, and it give me such a beautiful feeling in my body, because to me it come as something accomplished.
Yeah.
Because me just think about what it's going to do to these sick people when they start drinking, because what do now, previous before that, I think maybe about a year ago, I was talking to a close herbalist friend of mine, and he was having some patient with one of them clients. So I said to him, say, go and go look the Campbell. And I say, what about it? I say, it's good, man. Just give it to her. She need it. And I say, there's a tree in my backyard. I say, well, get the bark. And so him went and studied. So we like to study stuff. And then come back and him say, man, God, him grow in America, so him kind of twang. Him say, man, this is the real stuff, brother. I'm telling you, this said it all. So him even said to me, said, it is one of the plants where the Bible speak about. I said, I don't know about that. And I say, yes, it is. I'm telling you. This plant is dangerous.
Wow.
And that's the plant to pull me up all the while. Every time I boil it and watch it in the pot, I'm going to pray over it. And when I buckle it and put it together, man, it gives you a feeling.
Yeah.
So what I start though? Oh, man. What I start though?
Your hotline start ring off.
No, the battery run low.
Okay.
So I just put on the charge up on it.
Thank you.
But I start to drink it myself.
Oh, wow.
Because I say now, I am not just going to sell this thing and don't drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So, what's next for Kimo? Like, what's next? Like, you have been on an interesting journey so far. I'm sure you have like experienced humanity in a different way, and really see like how persons can move from one state of mind to the next. I'm sure like you never stop getting like before and after comments, pictures, messages. And I'm sure that kind of validate what you're doing and help to, ensure that that you're on the right path. But like, what do you see next 5-10 years looking like in terms of what you're doing now?
Well, because I am not always in charge of me. And although when I reach a state, His Majesty say, human beings can rise to the summit of themselves to the eyes of angels. For some reason, I feel like I was one time ago, maybe a long time ago. And we fall short of the grace of the Most High. We come to being a human being. That is just my feeling.
Yeah.
And so when I got to me, whatever you meet up in life, there's something mystical about it. And I look at life really from a deep level, very deep. I don't like to skim on the top of the water. I like to dig deep into the bottom to see if there's any mercury around there. Stir it up and see what hide. That is the only, you want to dig up fish belly, you see what go on.
Yeah.
If they eat in the park or you meet somebody's shoes. So that's me within my journey. Anything of a manifest, a couple of people sometimes want to enhance it and they ask how can them get this product overseas, like them have a outlet, and because sometimes what beat them is like shipping fee. And so many people want to do many things, and we have not really gone into any serious conversation how to get it along yet, because I think to me everything does take time. This work given to me by God Himself, and so I pray and ask Him to direct it in the pathway when you want to go. My thing is to, in reality, why would I want, and I think, and I know that's exactly what God wants. In reality, is to, when you can add your little, I call it your little 2 cents to life, is to make you and people can reason in a humane way.
Yeah.
And we don't have to fight and kill each other. And that is what I see herbs does. I actually run an experiment on my girlfriend back then. she was very dark, ignorant, miserable, cross, and angry. But, you know, me the kind of love her and me didn't want to see she in the behavior with me. So I remember when I create the IIB capsule, you know, she have chronic awful sinus.
Wow.
Every night.
My brother has that, yeah. Or used to, he doesn't anymore, yeah.
Yeah, and I put her in it for 3 months. And, you know, she would easily vex about some little things. And I remember one day I said, all right, I'm going to test her, see if she'll go get mad. So she sit down calmly dip on her phone. I'm say, hey girl, what you doing? Just to see if normally would have blow up her steam and say, we are stylist girl. And then she say, Kimo, I don't have time for you now. Not today.
Wow.
I wonder if I peel them at work, man. I wonder. So, but me noticed even the day after she was more calm because what happened, the mucus in our brain not was like before. And now when you have the mucus, the sinusitis so long, it's similar to the pores of the skin.
Yeah.
And that gone. As a matter of fact, I was even doing a live on Instagram this evening and my daughter was on it. My daughter have this capsule over about 3 years. No, it was 3 years. I was in 2021.
Yeah.
She have one IIB for about 4 years or more. And she got sick. And she said, Dad, can I take this IIB so long? I said, take this something. What I do a yard? So long. And she took it. And she texts me this evening and say her eyes and feel bright.
What?
So I said, oh, yeah. So she said, yes, Dad.
Making my serious work. Yeah.
Yes, that's what she said on the live. She said, God no, one of our people was asking me a lot of questions, so she was writing. And she said, I don't know, but I took it today and my eyes feels pretty much bright.
Yeah.
You know, but I know what the IIB can do because the IIB is an iron capsule.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I want enough energy, I will take maybe 8 per day or 16, depends on how much work I want. Yeah, but it's not something that will mess you up. You know, if you eat and you won't take 16 one time. You will like 4 at different angles.
Yeah.
You know, so pertaining to the question that you asked, I don't even know. There's no blueprint or a map right now set out. We're just going day by day and praying for the best.
Yeah.
And, you know, to see where it takes us.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So if you now, Kimo, like you're a big man now, you have your kids. If you could have gone back in time to that 12-year-old you who was given trouble and the nights at the river.
Yeah.
Is there one lesson, or is there something that you wish you had done sooner? Or is there something that you wish that someone had shared with you that you feel that you would want to share with that person? And I ask that because there are many people right now who their path may not be like to become a herbalist. Like their path might be something else, but they're missing the cues. Like you talk about the journey and how now looking back, you're seeing where you would have kind of been taking that path along the way. Is there something that you would say to that version of yourself or to someone who's watching or listening to this that would, this is it, this is a sign, this is what they need to hear, and what you wish someone had told you at that early age?
Very interesting question. But you know, I personally think as a child, you have experience, and it is these experience that groom you. And so we're going to grow, everybody going to grow through their own experience outside of mama and daddy. Mm-hmm. Because you know, children is, if you should ask a child about growing up, and they actually tell you some things. Mommy and daddy will like going our way. Huh? What? They don't even know that what the child do sometimes.
Yeah.
But it is this experience that shape you, whether good or bad.
Yeah.
So to every man and every boy and every girl that growing up, they're gonna really face their own experience. It's gonna shape them, whether good or bad. To me, in my world as a Rasta, they always say there's two types of people. One come and one send. And what I learned from that is that if you've been sent by some force, no care what you do, you have to adhere to that which you've been sent to do. You know, Bob Marley said, "You are what you is from beginning to the end." You know, so I consider myself as one of those persons who was sent. You have some children and wicked from them born. Them just brutal, you know. I wasn't one of them child. I was always a child where show remorse and mercy and comfort. That was always me. And so to answer that question, they just have to face their experiences. What I hope for though, and what I hope for very much is that parents pay attention, because, you know, I definitely know that God was on my side as a child because I had nobody. Wow. And one thing though, and this is why I say parents must pay attention. One thing I wish for them, trust me, was love. You know, as a child, you want to be comforted by mama or even by daddy, by someone. I had nobody to. It bruised me to cuddle me. It bruised me, and what it does, I end up chasing so many women, trying to find solace, you know, and we end up just making love, having sex, and you seek that, and it don't work the way there, because something inside of a mother's touch or love or father that ignite you. And I can tell you this, a couple years ago I have a bad toothache and it hurt so hard that it made me cry. And my son got scared and called him grandma and said, "Grandma, boy, daddy a big man with my ball and you know, you can't come." And my mother said, "Yes, me I go come." You know, she's a Christian and my mother's a serious spiritual woman though. Yeah. She's not normal. And she walk with her olive oil. You know old people walk with their olive oil. And she consecrated, say in a profile. So she come and say, "I want to," and I say, "I'm teeth, man, teacher. No what I got, but the teacher don't feel good." Yeah. And my mother threw a little bit of the oil in her hand. And this is the first time at age 47, this had happened. First time. She threw some in her hand and she touched the jawbone with the teeth a pain. And trust me, my sister, the feeling so sweet. Wow. It sends shockwave through my system, man, because I don't know if it's the first or the first. It just felt good. And when I say love, all of the powers comparing to love is feeble. Wow. Love hangs all the laws and profit. Love is the supreme missing element of life. That is what, as a child, I would want parents to pay attention to. Love your children, because it does so much more to them. It's not even just a touch or a hug up, but genuine moral love. You will never believe what it can do to your body. It makes you be so godly, so supreme. It's just that most people don't know how it feels because they never get it. But that one touch does a lot. You know, and I can tell you this. I have my children, them, and I remember growing with me, my 3 sons. They grow with me, and me grow them by myself. And when I realized, I remember my father threw me up one time, and it felt so good, so sweet. When I was only 4 years old.
Sit down on shoulder and something.
Right.
Yes.
Only 4. And I remember. And so when I start lifting up my sons, them at 4 and 5, it was a fight. I'll try them to fight to come up on my shoulder. So me usually have to run stage and say, I feel. I'm a walk with him the whole day and him feel nice and he laugh and he in heaven.
Yeah.
You know, catch him and hug him up and kiss him. He know him father love him. Next one, Daddy, my time. And it's sweet to them. It comfort to them. You give them life again. That is what most of us not getting right now. So that is one thing I would tell parents to do. Outside of that, they will live their little life.
Yeah, lean into the experiences.
Right. They themselves have to go through that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. A good way to end, a solid note. Learned a lot about just the connection between food and nature and being spirituality and just being present with your body and listening to it, and then just using what is around you in nature to enhance how you feel. I really appreciate you sharing your story. I really appreciate you taking your time and just having the conversation with me. You are doing some good work. I'm not even asking it.
I give thanks.
I know. And I know that there's so much more to come from your hands, from the hands of those who you work with as a group, or even other herbalists that you talk to from time to time. And I wish you nothing but the best. Where can people find you? So for those who have heard your story, have heard your experiences, and are in need of some assistance, we can all use a spruce up from time to time. Where can they find you?
Well, they can always call me.
Okay, so this is gonna be on YouTube. So what do you want? Do you want me to put up your contact number, your email address, stuff like that?
Yeah, man. That's okay. Contact number and my email. You have my email?
No, but we can talk after that, and I'll put it in the description on the YouTube channel.
Okay, yes. I can just send the email to you via WhatsApp.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Kimo. I really appreciate it.
It's a blessing. Give thanks again for the love.
Yeah, man.